Hey everyone, today we're diving into a fascinating discovery about rapid weight loss, how our body turns food into energy, and the surprising role of a tiny building block called cysteine. This video is all about a brand new study published in the journal Nature and led by researchers at NYU Grossman School of Medicine, which uncovered a new mechanism influencing how our cells process energy and lead to drastic weight loss. However, before we get into the video itself, let's quickly go over the key concepts that will be discussed. First of all would be metabolism, second would be amino acids, and the third one would be cysteine itself. First of all, let's talk about metabolism. Think of your body like a factory. Metabolism is a complex process inside this factory where your cells take the food you eat. Things like carbohydrates and fats, and then they convert them into usable energy. This energy is what keeps you going, running, thinking, and doing everything. This study helped explain how cells process carbohydrates and fats. The second one is amino acids. These are tiny building blocks your body uses to construct all sorts of important things, especially proteins. You get them from the food you eat. There are many different types, each with their own unique roles. Essential amino acids must be obtained through diet and are required for building proteins that make up most of the body's enzymes, tissues, and signaling molecules. Cysteine is an important building block of proteins, known as an amino acid. While it usually helps make proteins, it's especially important for animals with certain genetic conditions. You can find cysteine in almost all foods, and your body needs it for many vital functions, not just protein building. Due to the high levels of cysteine and how it can be harmful to cells, its amount in the body is usually kept low. In mammals, most of the cysteine from food is quickly turned into safer substances. For example, GSH and taurine is made into safer substances by the liver. Now, for the surprising part. Scientists did an experiment with special mice that couldn't make cysteine on their own, because they were missing an enzyme called CSE. When these mice were fed a diet with no cysteine, something amazing happened. When these mice didn't get any cysteine, they lost huge amounts of weight, which was around 30% of their body weight in just 1 week. This was the biggest weight loss the scientists saw removing any one amino acid. Taking away cysteine caused much more weight loss than removing any other essential protein block. It was a surprising discovery. So, how did cutting out just one small building block cause such big changes? The studies show that cysteine plays a much bigger role in how our bodies turn food into energy than scientists thought. It even affects different tissues in the body. Cysteine helps make an important tool called coenzyme A, or CoA. This tool is used in over 100 processes in the body and helps around 4% of all enzyme work. Before this study, scientists couldn't fully study CoA in adult animals because mice missing it never survived. But now, for the first time, they could see how important CoA and cysteine is for metabolism in grown mice. When mice didn't get cysteine, their levels of CoA, the most important energy tool, dropped fast. By day 2, CoA in the liver dropped by 30, and by day 7, it was down by 75. Their muscle also lost some CoA, about 15% by day 2. Without CoA, the body couldn't turn food into energy efficiently. It was like the factory that was running low on tools, so instead of using food, the mice's body had to burn stored fat for energy. They even started to lose important leftovers from food in their urine, like pyruvate, citrate, and others. Their deep belly fat disappeared quickly, and scans show that their fat cells were nearly empty by day 7. Their bodies were clearly switching to burning fat as the main fuel. Without cysteine, the mice's bodies sent out stress signals. 2 major stress systems turned on. The integrated stress response, which is known as ISR, and the oxidative stress response, known as OSR. OSR was triggered because the mice lost GSH, an important antioxidant that was made from cysteine. These stress signals fed off each other and made things worse. They also triggered hormones like GDF15 and FGF21. GDF15 makes animals eat less, and that's why that happened. The mice had lost their appetite. The stress had also broken down an enzyme called ACC1, which helps the body store fat. Without it, the mice couldn't rebuild their fat stores, which led to even more weight loss. However, the good news is as soon as the mice got their cysteine back in their food, they quickly gained the weight back. That means the weight loss wasn't permanent damage, it was reversible. Just restoring cysteine production in the liver was enough to stop the weight loss and keep the GSH and fat levels normal. But, and this is very important, this study does not mean people should stop eating cysteine. It's in almost all foods and is very, very important for keeping your body and organs healthy. Cutting it out completely would be very hard and even harmful. It can make your body more sensitive to everyday toxins, like medicine. This study also showed that health benefits seen from a low sulfur amino acid diets are most likely due to less cysteine. Now, what makes the study so exciting is that it gives scientists a better understanding of how our bodies turn food into energy and manage weight. They now know that COA, which depends on cysteine, is a much bigger player in this process. This discovery could help researchers find safer ways to support weight loss in the future without cutting cysteine out of their diet. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe so you don't miss what's next. And if you'd like to help transform education around the world, consider making a gift to Put Them USA, because a brighter tomorrow starts today. Thank you so much.